Last night's Jimmy Kimmel Live turned into something no one in Hollywood expected. A confrontation so raw that it felt less like late-night television and more like a battleground. What began as a seemingly normal interview promoting Johnny Depp's new independent film spiraled into an explosive exchange that left the studio in shock, Kimmel's wife leaving in tears, and the internet set on fire. The atmosphere at the Hollywood Boulevard studio was unusual from the very beginning. Depp, walking in with his trademark quiet confidence, looked calm but alert. The actor, still carrying the aura of his legal victories, was ready to discuss his artistic comeback and the deeper themes of his latest project. But behind the scenes, something darker was brewing. One of Kimmel's writers, overheard in a hushed voice, remarked, "Tonight, we remind people who he really is." The words carried a sharp edge, and Depp, a man who had weathered storms both personal and public, could sense the energy shift long before the cameras rolled. Kimmel began his monologue in his usual style, throwing jokes at celebrities, poking fun at pop culture, and keeping the audience laughing. But when he introduced Depp, the smile didn't quite reach his eyes. "Please welcome back Johnny Depp," Kimmel said, his tone sugar-coated with forced enthusiasm. The audience cheered loudly, showing their support, but anyone paying close attention could see that something wasn't right. As Depp settled into his chair, Kimmel wasted no time. "Interesting to see you back on the publicity circuit," he said, his voice sharp. Depp responded politely, "Good to be here, Jimmy." But Kimmel pressed harder. "Is it though? After everything? The trials, the accusations, those recordings," the words landed like daggers. The audience shifted uncomfortably. Depp, however, kept his composure. "I thought we were discussing my new film," he reminded him. Kimmel smirked, his eyes narrowing. "We are. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Or should I say the monster?" The air went heavy, the laughter gone. Depp leaned in slightly, his rings flashing under the lights. "If you have something to say, Jimmy, then just say it." And Kimmel did. "Fine. You got your verdict. But we all heard the recordings. We all know what kind of man you really are." That's when Depp's eyes locked on him with an intensity that froze the room. "Say that again," he said softly, but with a tone so sharp it sliced through the silence. Kimmel hesitated, then doubled down. "An abuser who got away with it because he's famous." The audience gasped, some covering their mouths. Depp, however, didn't lash out. His voice stayed calm, controlled. "You just defamed me on live television after a jury cleared me. That's legally actionable." Kimmel smirked again. "Sue me." "I might," Depp replied, pausing. "But before I do, let's talk about what kind of man you are, Jimmy." The tables had turned. Kimmel shifted in his seat, visibly unsettled. "This isn't about me, isn't it?" Depp shot back. "You want to dig into my personal life? Fine. How many times have the police been called to your house?" The color drained from Kimmel's face. "That's private. But my life isn't." "Interesting standard." Depp pulled out his phone. "Here's something from 2018. A police report, domestic disturbance at your residence. Want me to read it?" Kimmel panicked. "You can't have that. Public record, Jimmy. Just like trial transcripts." "Should I continue?" Depp asked calmly. The audience was hooked, caught between disbelief and awe. Security crept closer to the stage, sensing trouble, but Depp remained seated, collected. "The difference between us," he continued, "is that I faced my battle in court. You hide yours behind jokes and quiet settlements." "You're lying," Kimmel said weakly. "Say that again." Depp snapped, his tone razor-sharp. "Call me a liar on camera. I dare you." Kimmel opened his mouth, but no words came. The silence said everything. Depp wasn't done. "Your wife leaving therapy in tears last week? Your kids avoiding you? Your first marriage ending with a restraining order? But you want to sit here and judge me?" "Stop," Kimmel pleaded, his voice cracking. "Why? You didn't stop when you tried to destroy me." Depp replied, his voice low but powerful. Then came the bombshell. "Your own staff told me backstage you've been suspended twice for inappropriate behavior. That ABC covered it up. That NDAs were signed. Should I go on?" The audience gasped loudly. Some booed Kimmel, others clapped for Depp. The atmosphere was electric. Depp raised a hand, silencing the chaos. "I'm not here to destroy you, Jimmy. I'm here to show you what it feels like to have your worst moments weaponized against you." "This is different," Kimmel whispered. "How? Because you're the host? Because you're protected?" Depp asked, standing up. "I made mistakes, but I faced them in court. I faced my accuser. What have you faced? Kimmel stuttered. I haven't been accused of anything. Depp's eyes narrowed. Haven't you? Say that again. Say you've never been accused. The silence that followed was deafening. Depp pressed on. 3 female writers. 2 makeup artists. 1 intern. All filed complaints. All paid off. Say you're innocent, Jimmy. Say it. Kimmel froze, his world crumbling live on camera. Producers signaled frantically to cut to commercial, but it was too late. The damage was done. Depp faced the audience. This is what happens when someone living in a glass house throws stones. Jimmy Kimmel has built a career on mocking others while hiding his own sins. You're ruining me, Kimmel whispered. No, Jimmy, Depp said firmly. You ruined yourself. I just refuse to be your punching bag. Then, in a surprising turn, Depp softened. Get help, Jimmy. Deal with your demons. I did. It saved me. He turned to leave, then paused. Oh, and Jimmy, my film opens Friday. It's about redemption. You might learn something. The audience erupted into a standing ovation as Depp walked off. Kimmel sat alone, devastated, the weight of his own secrets crushing him. Within minutes, #SayThatAgain was trending worldwide. Clips went viral. ABC lawyers scrambled into meetings. By morning, the female staffers Depp mentioned came forward, their NDAs voided by the public disclosure. The stories were damning. Kimmel's wife filed for separation that night. Guests canceled appearances. Sponsors pulled out. Within 48 hours, ABC suspended him. Meanwhile, Depp's film opened to massive success. Audiences admired his composure, his strength, and his refusal to be silenced. Industry insiders called it the Depp destruction, a masterclass in turning an ambush into a revelation. Weeks later, Kimmel quietly entered rehab, officially for exhaustion, but insiders knew it was mandatory therapy and anger management. His show never regained its old energy. When he eventually returned, he was subdued, cautious, almost fragile. The man who had mocked countless stars had been mocked into silence. Years later, Depp reflected, I didn't go there to destroy him. I went to promote a film. But when he attacked me, I simply held up a mirror. He destroyed himself with his own reflection. The empty chair Depp left behind that night told the whole story. Sometimes, the most powerful weapon isn't anger or defense. It's forcing your attacker to say it again until even they hear the truth in their own words.